So, you want to get all the titles for the new Marvel Rivals Zombies game mode? As a completionist myself, I got you. This video is probably going to be the only one you'll ever need. From what I've learned and gone through with my runs, I will say, make sure to have some revives. You can buy them from the shop if you need. Also, Nightmare 4 solo is going to require a lot of RNG and resetting runs, especially in the beginning. Every run will always start off with duplicating one single blessing, depending on what character you're playing. Why? Because it makes your run so much easier and it saves a lot of time rather than wasting an entire run that won't clear. If you start off with good cards, the bad RNG later isn't really so bad. Resetting runs does get annoying, like, I know, I'm lazy too. You gotta think of it as spending like only 30 seconds each reset compared to wasting up to an hour if you were to commit a run without enough damage. So yeah, let's get into what you actually need for every character to solo Nightmare 4 with. By the way, I'm just going to get straight to the point with all this, so I won't really be explaining everything into full detail. Here are all the traits and abilities I ran. Basically all reds for everyone besides Thor. He had all blue. So these are the blessings you'll be starting with, respective to each character. So for your first blessing, it should always be gold tier. Don't worry about spending mood power and refreshes. Your only goal is to try and get your blessing within 15 refreshes. The sooner the better. If you go past 15, it's fine. Like, it won't entirely ruin the run, wasting a bit of mood power. Even then, getting your blessing isn't the hardest part. It's getting lucky with the random card. You're basically trying to duplicate your blessing as many times, spending the least amount of mood power before wave 1. For all of your starts, try to get lucky at least twice with the duplication. You want to keep clicking random until your luck runs out for the duplication. Don't try to keep duplicating after it has failed once. Try to have at least 10 copies for your blessing. After you fail when acquiring around 10 or however much copies of your blessing, go for purchasing the rest of your blessings regularly. The reason for this is because you don't want to keep gambling. Also keep in mind, if you don't have 10 of the same blessing and you got lucky with your mood power spending, like say if it did duplicate but just not a lot, you can't continue hoping more copies will appear as you're purchasing blessings regularly. For Punisher and Jeff, you definitely need to be lucky more than twice. 10 copies of Punisher's upgrade or Jetstream cannon might not be enough. Specifically those two characters because they're a lot harder to clear with. I think you will be fine with a minimum of 10 copies of blessings for Thor, Magik, and Blade, as they are easier to clear Nightmare 4 with. So I'm gonna go from easiest to hardest, and I'll be covering the purple blessings after. I found Blade to be the easiest, so I'm gonna start with him. Bro literally stays alive all the time. Constant lifesteal, insane damage, insane speed, and insane range. Here are the blessings you should be going for as Blade. Really straightforward, not too much. On the hunt, sweeping edge, and swift edge. Just remember still, damage is a priority, and you want enough range, not getting too close to the zombies. Magik was also easy, just a bit more cards, a lot of great AoE damage, and you literally attack everything at once. She's also invulnerable when she travels through her TP portal thing, which is nice, great mobility. So for her blessings, we're gonna want Init Slashes, Devouring Sigils, Soul Surges. Arcane Sword Dances are a little weird. If you notice, I did put them at like the top right of the screen. For left side, I only included the common one because the blue and pink values are weird. Like if you spend 3 for the blue one, it's only a 15% attack speed. When buying 3 of the commons, stacks up to 24%. And spending 5 for the pink one only gives you 30% attack speed. When buying 5 of the commons, stacks up to 40. Only 6 of the arcane armors. They're nice because they give you HP boost. Only 5 soul domains. You don't really need more than 5 of these because the range is good enough. Only like 4 of the mark detonations because at the end of the day, damage is still more important rather than the blast damage that mark detonation gives you. These values are pretty specific, but normally I don't think you should get these blessings anymore once you hit wave 10, since you'll be focusing more on damage. Thor was pretty easy. This guy just throws these massive projectiles doing headshot damage and AoE. He also does have a panic button, which is his ult, and it sends zombies into the air. Swinging his hammer is pretty nice too, good mobility. For his blessings, we are going to start with Cranium Crusher. Only just a gold rune recycle because I think it'll be enough. Endstorm, Thunder Havoc, All Father's Might, Enchanted Flurry, and only like 2 or 3 of the gold power prolongations because you can immediately go back into the awakened state consistently. You don't really need it. Moving on to Jeff, he was not easy. I did die a lot because he can't really move around that much and you can't really use any of his abilities. His only advantages are his Jetstream cannon that literally sprays everyone, his damage over time with Gnashing Waters, and his rage. His blessings include Jetstream cannon, Gnashing Waters, Rapid Surge, and for deep sea reserves, I would just collect only up until like 3,000 or 4,000 mag capacity. Lastly, we have Punisher. He was the most difficult for sure. Definitely going to be dying a lot. Be sure to equip yourselves with enough revives. I use like 20 for my run. Zip lines are really helpful for mobility since it does give you a speed boost after using one. He does kind of have like a panic button. That is if you survive long enough to use the smoke grenade, which just sends him backwards a little. For his ult, you never use it at all since it slows you. So yeah. For his blessings, all the Punisher upgrades, Precision Judgments, Overwhelming Assaults, Smart Magazines, Extended Rifle Mag. You don't really need it as long as you have Smart Mag since you can just make up the bullets. Rapid Reload, up to you. I think I collected all because I didn't really upgrade my my mag size, so reloading was really fast for me. Deadly lock-on. This is separated because you only want to collect until you reach 2 to 3 seconds. So 1 of the gold or 2 or 3 of the pink lock-ons. Only reason is because it's nice to be able to aim instead of having auto aim only aim for you. Also, it's really useful when fighting Scarlet Witch because you can shoot the ground when she's in her shield state and it just breaks it significantly faster. For the purple general blessings, purchasing should be the same across all characters. I buy basically everything on screen besides that one great power surge that grants 2.5% damage boost. You can still buy it. I was fine ignoring it because that number is so small. Even if it did stack, it's whatever. I mean, I was fine without it, and the damage blessings are much more important anyways. If you have questions about health, I will say you need to put yourself in the mindset that you are going to get one shot, but at the same time you do still want enough health to be able to lifesteal, especially during those boss fights, which is why only 1 or 2 Vampiric Vitalities. For waves 5 and 10, I don't know if there really is a minimum or maximum HP you should be at. I know for sure you should still pick up those vitality boosts whenever you see them. Better safe than sorry. For wave 15, you should definitely be at like 8,000 HP minimum, and at wave 20 you should be like around 10,000 HP. So yeah, your damage is mainly from character damage blessings rather than power surges, because the multiplier is just so much more significant. Any power surges are pretty insignificant unless it's like the higher tier ones. Even stacked, they don't really compare to how much value the character damage blessings do, which is why I say you can pick up power surges while ignoring the lesser ones, because I guess they do stack. Moonlight protections are pretty important. You want them because you don't want to get one shot by bosses. You're gonna get one shot by zombies regardless, right? Whatever. But don't let the bosses do too much damage to you. Which leads us to the next blessing, Vampiric Vitality. You only get 1 or 2 because you want some way to gain HP back when you're constantly taking damage from bosses. You don't really need more than 1 because by the time you hit once, you should already be back to full HP. Full moon blessings are pretty straightforward. The sooner the better. They cap at 3. Everything else I did not mention, you can ignore. I won't really go over bosses. Only thing I can tell you is that boss waves are just DPS checks. So if you're on good track, you can basically defeat Scarlet Witch in a reality erasure state in wave 10, no problem. If you just are barely able to clear Scarlet Witch, you should try to increase your damage as much as possible before the next fight with her at wave 15 and 20. Usually not being able to clear Scarlet Witch when she's in that reality erasure state is a good indicator on how you're doing. But yeah, Namor is super annoying because he just sends you up constantly, making you vulnerable and spawns a bunch of octopuses. If you're dealing with this guy, be sure to position yourself as far away from zombies and clear as much enemies as possible to reduce your risk of dying to a zombie. Another thing too that I've noticed, somehow Namor drops down faster when I'm doing good on damage. On other runs I don't do so well, he takes so much longer to come down. I don't know if it's linked or not. Like, I don't know if clearing him slow is a sign you're not doing enough damage. I know for sure Scarlet Witch is a good DPS check, and for when Namor comes down, he summons like 3 whales that stun you. If you have range, you can stay far away and keep hitting him. I do know you can dodge the whales if you're Magik or block if you're Blade, since they're more close range characters. That's pretty much it. Good luck with the grind, gamers. There's like a week left. So yeah, later.